We roughly know at what age basketball players, footballers, or fighters end their careers, but we still don't understand this critical age for dunkers, simply because we are essentially the first generation of professional dunkers who constantly compete and train like athletes. Before Dunk Elite, there were several dunk teams such as the legendary Slam Nation and Team Flight Brothers, but their lifestyle was slightly different. Nowadays, the average age of champions in the world's largest contest is 30. One of the oldest performing dunkers is Chris Staples. He is currently 37 years old and has no plans to stop yet. The beloved Jordan Kilganon crossed the mark at 31 and is now jumping incredibly high, although he rarely competes in contests. The age of 31 seems unique to me. Right now, I'm in the best shape of my life, jumping very easily, with the largest dunk arsenal of my career, lifting weights in the gym that I never even approached before in life. If you want to train personally with me online, write to me on Instagram. If you're ready to work hard to jump higher and become stronger and faster overall, then welcome. We'll also individually work on your jumping technique and dunking skills. You'll learn all the secrets and subtleties of dunking that no one even suspects. We still have plenty of examples of aging dunkers who no longer compete. Here's one of the brightest examples. Tijan Milic is a former professional dunker, can be called a legend of the European scene. He participated in many contests and had his own signature style, which made him memorable to the audience. Tijan is now 42 years old and still in the game, at least on his court. He can still do between the legs dunk, and if you didn't know his age, you definitely wouldn't guess from the videos that he's over 40. Moreover, he can still dunk with either one leg or two, which at least speaks to his good health. I met him for the first time last year at a Dunk Elite performance at Lake Blad during the presentation of Luka Doncic's new sneaker model. There was a little time to chat. What do you think? At what age will the current generation of dunkers end their careers? If we were to choose the ultimate dunk from all existing ones, it would definitely be between the legs dunk. Its roots go far back into the past. Many big names either dunk it or attempted to, always causing a furious reaction from the audience, because back then, if you managed to execute this dunk, you became a champion. Since then, it has become a symbol in the dunking world, and for many who are just learning to dunk, it's their first significant achievement. Nowadays, the regular between the legs dunk serves as a warm-up element, and some dunkers have become masters of this dunk by owning it to perfection. The peak complexity of this dunk today includes the double-up honey deep, various combinations of dunks in one jump, where the between the legs move is the basic motion, the insane kamikaze dunk in its various executions, the wild triple up, and much more. But besides developing this dunk in the vertical plane, it has also evolved horizontally. That is, dunkers began to hit it by pushing off farther and farther from the hoop. There was no competition between 1 foot and 2 feet jumpers for obvious reasons, but 2 feet dunkers have already achieved very serious results. Last year, we witnessed what can be called a historic event in the dunk world. At one of the stops of the FIBA 3x3 World Tour, American dunker Tony Crosby dunked double up over 4 people. It would be one thing, but Tony's height is only 5'8", which are hardly compatible things, but it's a fact, and Crosby became the dunk contest champ that night against Grabo. But what if I tell you that such a dunk was also made over 5 and 6 people standing one behind the other? The first double up over 5 was done by Ukrainian dunker Kroha, who isn't much taller than Crosby, standing at only 5'9". Brazilian dunker Gustavo decided to delve deeply into this matter, and for him it was not a problem to dunk it over 1, 2, 3, 4 or even 5 people, nor was the 6th person in this line a problem for the Brazilian, who set a record that stands to this day, but I think this record won't last long. In the last couple of years, Brazil has introduced us to 2 new dunkers. Gustavo, who has already participated in FIBA contests several times, and the bouncer Valerio Di Castro, who at a height of 5'5", can do a honey deep dunk. He hasn't been noticed at contests yet, but he recently teamed up with Gustavo for a dunk show. But just the other day, I came across another Brazilian who looks like a warm-up king. Despite his small stature, it's as if wings have grown on his back. Personally, I really enjoy watching these regular dunks that emphasize maximum jump and style. Perhaps I was initially inspired by Golden Child dunks, watching his videos where I hardly saw any difference between video game and real life. In that case, gravity seemed to work incorrectly. Fazendo Vor's dunk reminded me of those TFB videos. From his posts on Instagram, I gathered that he can not only jump high but also dunks. Such a nice combination. A vast number of dissatisfied fans have long expressed their opinions about the NBA contest. Objectively, the competition turned out to be one of the worst of all time, but over time, some insights began to emerge. Few know that one person handles the preparation of athletes. For each contest, he serves as a mentor and dunk coach. His name is Chuck Milan, a well-known figure in dunking circles. Here's a question for the younger crowd. Write in the comments if you know the dunk team, Team Flight Brothers, and if so, how old are you? Personally, as a dunker, I grew up watching their members' dunks. In their time, they significantly boosted the just starting YouTube with their highlights. So Chuck is the founder of this team. Once a dunker himself, he can confidently be called an expert in dunks, and his expertise has proven itself in the NBA. Each of the dunks we've seen in the NBA contest over the years has been choreographed by him. So what went wrong this year? Chuck Milan started shedding light on the training process before the contest, and we saw what the participants were preparing besides what they showed on the court. I don't think many doubted Mac's victory, but we expected much more from him given his abilities. So if he had dared to do the pendulum dunk, which he easily executed in training, it would have been amazing. You can clearly see who inspired all these elements. Not expecting much from Jacob Toppin, I was honestly surprised to see his 360 between the legs dunk with a two-handed finish. If he had nailed it more confidently, it would have been a treat. But my eyes opened even wider when I saw what he had prepared for the final. The lost and found dunk with a two-handed finish for safety would have been the best dunk in NBA contest history. We definitely haven't seen this level before. Visually, it looks simple for Jacob with his physique and excellent coordination for his size. Clearly, dunks with a 360 twist are his forte. But it's crucial to slam all these dunks powerfully to maximize the effect and avoid any disputes. It's a shame there wasn't a potential championship battle this year. It turns out all the prerequisites for it were there.